That's one of the cool things about the set is that you can fool around with it and find out what works for you. Yeah, I think, like lots of guys I know, black and gray world, they've mixed their own grays just as they're getting ready to do every tattoo. They just pour out the ink and pour some distilled water into it. And it seems like if you do that, a lot of times your work will come back and it'll kind of be like one tone of gray. I know that over the years that when I've made my dark, medium, and light mixes and make it a point of using all three tones, you get the whole array when the stuff comes back. You try and get the real black, all the way through to the really pearly light gray, and make a conscious effort of doing that. One of the things that I do is like go in if I'm doing a portrait, and I'll do with a round shader, I'll go in and just around the lips and the nose with the really light, just brush it in with the lightest gray right there. And then I'll go back and work from dark to light, kind of, the standard thing. And I usually spend a long time on the light, getting everything smooth. And then a lot of times you take a break, stop and look at it, and then go in and put some cuts of dark to give it that final, make it pop. First I drew it on and checked the spelling, and then I've been outlining it, and I'm outlining with the dark and lovely. You can get it's good for a fine line, and then I'll probably maybe thicken up one of the downstrokes of the lines with some of the black velvet, just a little bit. And then I'm going to try and do some light gray shading in behind everything, kind of bring it all together. And I'm not sure, I might do a little dark to light shade in the letters themselves. Sometimes I'll dip a little in the dark, and then a little bit into the black velvet just to beef it up. Yeah, like right now, I've been most of this outline. I'll dip a little bit in the dark and lovely, and then I'll dip it just really fast into the black velvet to get it, make it a little darker. You have to go in a little bit darker on the hand, I think, because it naturally lightens itself up. I'd probably normally maybe just outline with the dark and lovely if it was on his upper arm, but because of the hand, you've got to hit it a little bit harder and go in a little darker maybe. I like to use white real judiciously. The smaller place you put it, the better it looks for the longer. Sometimes just a little gleam in the eye of white is really nice. And that high white is the whitest of whites. That's the pure Colombian white right there, man. That's the Peruvian flake, the uncut. We did a thing for Entourage where I was tattooing a guy. They were filming it. The director guy was getting the Pablo Escobar portrait while they, and they filmed it in there. And I had to draw up the fake portrait. But the funny thing was, the week before they came in and asked for the fake Pablo Escobar, Freddie had done a real Pablo Escobar portrait on a gentleman from Colombia who was working in the business. So that's kind of where the elite and the underworld meet right there. It's getting respect is earned and not given. I think that's a great thing for a young tattooer to get, and I hope some of these other young tattooers look at it and, think about it. See, seems to be one of the things that's lacking a little bit. But it's nice when you meet some good kids that got respect. Kids have a hard time in, looking backwards and thinking about where things came from, and I don't think they really care. They care about what's happening right in front of themselves. I'm really honored to be here with, Philadelphia Eddie and Stanley. That's the thing. I remember being new to this business and looking up to the old guys and thinking how cool that is that they were around when, when there was tattoo shops were really in the bad part of town, and it was a real outlaw profession. And now I guess I'm one of them old guys. I'm proud of it.